The notes say, we will bring a cart to help the driver. When I get there, ask for Marco. I delivered to the Nassau Coliseum, and I delivered $883 worth of guac food. That's a lot of food. When I got to the guac shop in Wantor, it took me minimum 15 minutes to get that food into the car. Bagging the food in my bags properly, I had to use all 6 because I needed to place a bag on top of another bag. That's where hard boxes and hard tops of large tins come into play. This was a lot of food from a place like that. And half of the food was very heavy. Black beans, pinto, chicken, steak, rice. That's heavy food from there. So when I got it into my car, you know, I had to really stuff it to get the product into my car. So it did take a little time, 15 to 20 minutes. That was a lot of food. When I got to the Nassau Coliseum, I pulled up in front of gate 5. I had to walk up to the building, introduce myself to security, and I did ask for Marco. And I explained to the security guard what I was doing. And I told him I was delivering $900 worth of food. And in the notes, and I showed him my phone, it says, we will assist. We will bring a cart. And the security guard told me to call. He said, there's a lot of people here. You got to call the person. I said, oh, okay. I called. I was standing right in front of him. And I was like, hello, this is Ease Cater. I'm here delivering, the guac food. And he was like, just leave it at the door. I said, the notes state that a cart will be available. And he was like, oh. And when I hung up, the security guard said, you did everything right. They should be here any minute with a cart. And it was 2 young guys that walked up with the cart. It seemed as if he was annoyed. There was 2 young guys. And when they came outside with me to my car, they saw how I took everything out of the bags. One of the young men, not Marco, the other guy, said, I did this yesterday. It was a mess. We got this yesterday. And I said, it was a mess. You mean the beans, everything leaked? And he went, yeah. I said, well, let's unzip the bags. It was his idea to take the food, place it on the cart. I forgot the right name. And he was like, wow, you wrapped that up good. I was like, well, yeah, this is how you should deliver the food. This is how it should be done. This is messy food. This is heavy food. So I was opening up the bags, and they were taking the boxes and placing them on the dolly. And, that took 5 to 10 minutes with 3 of us. And just talking a little bit in between. But he made a comment. He said, yesterday I took care of the food. It was my responsibility. It was a mess. I said, that's why I wrapped the beans in the plastic bags. They were so thankful. Well, the other kid was. Marco seemed a bit, you expect me to do your job? I just felt it was weird. You left that in the notes. I would have never taken that order, guys. Just because it's a lot of money, I just wasn't equipped. I wasn't equipped. There was no way. I would have had to make 5 trips with my little cart to leave that food right in front of the security guard in a coliseum. It was empty, but the security guard, when I was waiting for them to come with the cart, he said, you did everything right. How are you supposed to deliver that food? Especially, he made a comment, you're delivering $900 worth of food. So we got through it. I mean, he wasn't nasty, but you could tell, like, oh, you're making me do more than I should, Well, then you shouldn't order this amount of food. Whatever. The food got delivered. $883 worth of food. And, that's a very low pay for that amount of food. Earlier today, when I was picking up the order, the AI kicks in. It looks like you haven't picked up the order yet. Is there a delay? And I was actually early. So I write back, still packing in car, huge order. Then artificial intelligence, then a person kicks in. We appreciate all the effort in this order, Michelle. Please let us know when you have the full order loaded. Because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of planning not to squish the food and not to spill the food. So I write back, all loaded eventually. And then they thank me for letting us know, drive safe. Now, I just wrote this to them. Earlier today, I sent this message to the number. There's another number with this delivered. You have to be careful. So they didn't get my message. That gets confusing. Anyway, I felt you should know the customer was not going to follow through with assistance and bringing a cart like they claimed in their notes. And this is what I was writing them. The notes state a cart would be available when arrived to drop off. I called customer and they expected me to leave with security. I don't have a cart to lug $900 worth of food to security desk. And that's what happened. But with delivered, they have two different numbers. So now I know to triple check when I send a message like that. See, this is artificial intelligence. Hi there, we'll be right with you. Wow, they wrote back. Noted. Thanks for letting us know. We will follow up on this. Because to deliver that amount of food to a place like that without the proper equipment or without assistance, I would have never taken the order. I know customers rate workers. They expect a rating, these apps. Us drivers should be rating the customers too. Absolutely. So I'm really happy they reached back as fast as they did. Because they should know. Because even the security guard was like, that's what the notes say. How are you supposed to do that? They should be up here soon. Imagine getting to the drop-off, thinking that you're going to have assistance. If I've delivered more food, the most food I've delivered, I believe, was $1,400 worth. I got really lucky, and I'm a hustler, and I'm a planner, and I didn't spill anything. That's very hard to do. And I did use my little cart, but it was a lot of work. Had to make 3 trips. I mean, not everyone's cut out for it. That's a lot of food to expect one person to deliver, without some kind of assistance. But could you imagine getting to a drop-off and all of a sudden realizing you have nobody to help you in that kind of situation? That's a long walk up to that security desk. Then leave it on the floor in front of the security desk. It's just hallways. It's a gate, what was it, gate 5? Just leave it there? $900 worth of food? That would have been weird. Just leaving it on the floor. There wasn't even a table there. The security guard had a table. That was it.